Welcome to the new and improved Mercury Farms on Farming Simulator 19 First Look Map Tour with me, MrSealyp. Pay attention today, class. I haven't got much time, I've got a lot to get through. If we didn't go to the toilet at break time, we're not going to be going during lesson time. I've got a lot to get through and I'm grinning like an idiot. Mercury Farms is here on FS19. I've had a whiz round, I've had a chat to JiM. There's lots of stuff I didn't want to miss. And you're not going to be disappointed. It's brilliant. Am I biased? Yes, but you'll understand why. JiM has managed to gather together all the elements of Mercury Farms from 17, add all of his flair, all of his talent, all of his skill, and improve on it. I loved Mercury Farms on FS17, but I'll be honest, and I don't want JiM to take this the wrong way, this is better. It's richer, it's more vibrant, it's got more personality. I don't know, I love it. I think it's absolutely great. But let's get into it. There's loads to do. Wow. I'm going to first start off, actually. I'm going to buy a piece of equipment. I've got this on new farmer mode, so you start with 100,000 and you start with vehicles, etc, etc. We're going to get onto that in a moment. Obviously, if you're thinking, well, you did a first look on Mercury Farms and FS17, absolutely I did, but so much has changed. We've also got the addition of horses and selling of milk, and and we've now got cotton. There is so much more added into this now, and we need to be kind of paying attention to that. Now, some things have changed, kind of more dramatically, I suppose. If you start this on farm manager mode, you don't have anything. You'll have 1.25 million, but you won't have anything around here. You can see you'd have no vehicles, no buildings, nothing. So we start off as we did on FS17 with a very dilapidated looking building, and it's for sale, sold. If we go onto this little icon here and press circle, now unlike on FS17 where you could do that with all the buildings, JiM's had to do a bit of jiggery pokery to manage to get all this to work for 19. Now if you want to put that back to its dilapidated state, as far as I'm aware from what JiM said, go around to the back door and press it again. There we go. You didn't put it around the front door, it's at the back door. So if you do want to put it back for any particular reason, you can. But that's how you can you can get your house done. Now, if you sell it and buy another one, obviously that won't work. Now, what do you start with? On new farmer mode, you've got all of this. You've got barns, and it's called Mercury Farms because there are separate locations. This is Mercury Farm, there's Mercury Hillside Farm, there's Mercury Poultry Farm, then you've got the chicken farm, the pigs, sheep and cows are all together, cattle are all together. So that's why it's farms plural, because they're actually separate. So what do we start with? Let's go in here and we'll have a look in the garage menu. We have got a Valtra Fiat 1300, a Puma 240 CVX, we've got the little Rostelmash 330, the Lizard pickup that we've just seen, we've got a TKD Agroliner trailer, the header for the Rostelmash, we've got a cultivator, we've got a seeder, I've got the chainsaw, you don't start with that, we've got an Aquatrans somewhere, front loader forks, we've got a fuel tanker. Now this is where we've got the large cow pasture, we've got a large pig enclosure, a large sheep pasture. Now these are JiM's ones, these aren't ones that the in-game versions, these are JiM's own ones, and you start with all these, so you can sell them all if you want to. If you don't want to have them and you want to start from start from scratch and build your own farm up, absolutely you can. You've got horse paddock, chicken coops, you have 3 of those you start off with. Then you've got all your silos. You've got silo barn, white silo, farm silo barn, farm silo barn. We've got a bunker silo, vehicle sheds. I mean, there's loads and loads of stuff, and you don't have to have any of it. Now this is the interesting bit. Fertilizer hut, seed hut, fertilizer hut. Oh yes, JiM's done it again. We have fertilizer and seed refill points as standard, and I can tell you now I filled up the seeder, which is 1,000 litres. 1,000 litres of seed cost just over $800. So it's cheaper than buying the pallets at $900. Good to know. So, but if you don't want them, you can get rid of them. It's entirely up to you. You can sell them if you want to. I don't know where to begin. I really don't. Just looking around, and when you look across the fields, if you played this on 17, you can already tell it seems richer and more vibrant. There's kind of more colour. There are more weeds and bushes, and the detail just seems so much more. We've also still got the option, and this is why I bought the chainsaw. As long as you own the land, we can. If I get this right again. If you take the top off of one of the posts, you can remove. I don't have access to this land. I thought it was my land. You can remove. It takes away the bit to the left. Okay, it's now saying don't own the land. But anyway, so you can actually remove fences, hedges. As long as you own the land, you can change it however you want to. So that's one of the first things you need to be aware of. If you didn't know that before, if this is your first time seeing Mercury Farms, you can remove hedges, fences, all sorts of stuff. If you do it lower down, and then you can just take them out, it's entirely up to you. But you can do that. Absolutely wonderful. Like I say, this is going to seem like a bit of a whistle-stop tour, and I apologise for that. The barn's open and closed. There are light switches all over the place. All custom stuff. Jim does a brilliant job. Sound effects are all here, and there is a biplane that goes over. Now, a lot of people complained on the first one there were gunshots and they were too frequent and that kind of thing. So Jim's tweaked that. That's all been adjusted. They're not as frequent. The plane doesn't come over as frequently. But yeah, so this is your main farm. This is kind of where you start off. But like I say, if I decide I don't want any of this, I can sell it all off in the store menu and then put my own placeables down. Now that's the thing as well. I don't know why you would do that. Because if I go into this menu now and scroll across to our placeables, if we look at the animal pens, and we've got the in-game ones, the chicken coops, the cow pasture, large cow pasture, 300,000, large horse paddock, 95 grand. If we keep going across, we actually get to Jim's ones. So the large cow pasture is only 180, large sheep pasture 108, large pig 135, chicken coops are cheaper, horse paddocks cheaper. So you can actually put Jim's down if you want to, where you want to. You don't have to have them where they are in game. Again, just absolutely brilliant. If I come out of that one and we go down to, is it silos? Yep, so you've got all the different silos. Now that hayloft has disappeared. Don't worry about that. That's gone off the Modhub for some reason. But Jim's ones are here, so you can choose any one of those silos to place at 59,000 with a 500,000 litre capacity. Job done. Jim is a genius. I am gushy and loving it. That caravan mod was one that came out today. But the farmhouse, 48,000. Not 180, 48,000. And it fits the map absolutely perfectly. Now that one's here under farmhouses, but there are some others here. There's the barn sheds. If we keep going across, no, where did I find it before? I might be under decorative, was it? Decoration. There we go. The other farmhouses are here, 32 grand. Absolutely amazing. If we go up to the front door, and is it triangle? No, L3. I'm not tired at the moment, but this is where you can sleep if you want to. I assume you can do that at all the farmhouses, I'm not sure. But we need to get on. We've got a lot to see. As far as fields go and what you own, if I press L3 now on this map, we start with all the fields or the bits of land around where all the animals are. So this is where your cows, pigs and sheep are. This is where your chicken coops are and chickens. There's another house there. That's Hillside, Mercury Hillside Farm. You own that bit. Where we start here, and that's Patton's stables, so you own the horse enclosure. So those are the bits of land you own already. As for what the others cost, not too bad price wise. 79 grand for field 7, not a bad size field. Field 27, 50,000. Let's go for a larger one. Field 51, 180,000. There's a big plot down here somewhere. Where was it? There you go. 478. The plots of land are affordable. It means you can build up your farm fairly quickly. You know, you're still going to have to do a bit of work, but it's not kind of 1.2 million, 800,000, you know, that kind of thing. So what we're going to do is a kind of, I suppose, clockwise route. We have got a bit of feed in here. Oh, that reminds me. Silos. Back into that menu. Right, so we do start off with a load of crops, and it does say that our silo capacity, total capacity, is 1.5 million litres, which is awesome. And we start off with a whole load of stuff as well. We have got sugarcane, we've got sugar beet, we've got potatoes, we do have some forage, we've got a little bit of silage, hay, straw, manure. There's a few bits in storage. We've got a bit of everything really, and we've got some extra sell points now because obviously there's extra crops and various different things. I will show you as much of it as I can. So we're going to head out of the farm, and we are heading, if I recall correctly, we're heading east. No, we could be heading south actually. Let's get the map open. No, we're heading east. I was right. And JiM has tried to, as best as possible, maintain some of the great features that he had on the original version, and some of those features I love. And this, again, it may well be one of those Marmite maps, in as much as you either love it or hate it. You may not like all the features that are on here. If you don't use them. But the map itself is great. The addition of so many details. There's plenty of forestry to do. No, there's a bit of everything. On our left-hand side coming up, we've got the garden centre. I'm going to leave the mini-map open, actually. So we're going to go into the garden centre. I love the fact there are so many changes, and all for the better. Absolutely all for the better. So the garden centre on FS17, all of these were kind of almost like separate sell points. So you could bring all the separate different crops and things down to the sell points. You had a sell point for manure, sell point for slurry, and all that kind of stuff. Now what JiM's had to do is put it all into one. So the sell point here at the garden centre is this one, and it takes all this stuff. As far as I'm aware though, this sell point here that says unloading area, you can still sell pallets here, as far as I recall. So you can actually sell your pallets off. I haven't checked that. We have got a fuel sell point here, which is on the original. And if I go across here, this is new. This is the garden centre barn. So this is new to the map. This wasn't on the original. What we have got is a bale sell point, which is over there. Over here we've got a loose sell point. So we've got grass. I believe this is the sell point. But even better than that, as if you didn't think this map was, you know, phenomenal already. Wait for it. Now, I'm going to show you first of all. Buy grass, buy hay, buy straw. Oh yes, people. So if you're starting out and you haven't got much going on in the way of hay bales, straw bales, or loose or whatever, and you want to get your animals going, you want to make some total mixed ration, you can come and buy it from here if you want to. You don't have to, but these are buy points, so you can come and buy it as well as sell all of those crops. Incredible. As per usual, JiM has outdone himself. What a legend this man is. I'm honestly proud and honoured to call him a friend. It's such a, oh man, he's such a great guy, and he makes incredible maps. If we head up here, now this bit's new, what this bit we're going up to now, we've got greenhouses on the map. Now obviously there aren't any greenhouse mods in the game yet, but the sawmill is up here, which wasn't before. Now with the greenhouses, you can sell manure and sell water at both of these to help with the greenhouses. So if you've got extra manure, or you want to buy manure, you can bring it here and sell it to help with the greenhouse effort. If we carry on going up the hill, like I say, this bit's new, this wasn't here on the original version. We'll swing round to the left, and we should be coming upon the sawmill rather rapidly. Unfortunately, because there are no gold nuggets on 19, JiM's kind of left bits and bobs, nice little, oh, great sound effects. So we've got a log sell point just here, and we've got our wood chip, I was going to say sawdust then, the wood chip sell point just here. But yeah, Jim's left quite a few nods to the old gold nuggets dotted around all over the place, which I really like. It's a nice little touch. He's done a ton of work on this map for 19, really, really has. I know he submitted it, it was sent back, and he had to redo a load of the buildings and all sorts of stuff to get it to work. The amount of time and effort he's put into it is just incredible, and it has paid off massively, absolutely massively. Right, we're going to whiz back out of here, and we'll head back along the road on our route round. Everything is very nicely signposted. Jim is brilliant at doing that on his maps. So we're going to head now down towards the livestock market and the dairy, sell point. On the left here we have a nice big lake. The water is free down there at the lake. On 17, that lake, you could adjust it, the water would flow in and out and that kind of thing. He hasn't been able to do that on 19. However, this lovely little park here is new, and it's kind of made it so it's more like a whole park area with more people wandering about. And he did tell me that at night time the people disappear, so they're not on the map all the time, and then they reappear in the morning, which I think, again, it's another one of those nice features. But what is great, looking through one of the gaps here, I noticed as I drove through, what he's also done, and I don't recall it being on the 17's version, that the view distance as you look further out around the edges of the map, you've got lots of little like factories and mills and things. If you look out along there, look, the chimney and the smoke coming out of it, so it looks like there's more going on around it. That's what I meant when I said this version seems to have more personality, more life to it. Mercury Farms came out very late on 17. I did a series but only about 9 episodes, so I'm so pleased that it's back on 19. So here we've got our milk sell point. This is, thank you very, very much, Jim, this is sealed dairy. Love it, absolutely love it. Sorry, sealed milk. Yeah, oh, he's such a nice man. Anyway, so yeah, sealed milk, that's right there. We're going to head down to the livestock market now, so that's for selling your milk when you've got some, when your cows are ready. On the left we've got Patton's stables. It's not farm anymore. Stevie Patton won the competition on 17 for a placeable area that we judged, so now he's got stables rather than a farm. So we've got a nice horse training area just here. We've got another one of the farm buildings on the right hand side there, and we've also got Jim's own horse stables just to the side here. If you want to buy any, you can do it directly there or load and unload from there. Light switch, I believe. Oh yes, just brilliant. He's so good at this. I don't know if all the farms you can sleep at or not. Let's go and try it, shall we? No, I assume it's just the main one then. That's probably why the one farmhouse is under farmhouses and the others are under decorative. So whilst they are farmhouses, you can't sleep at them. So that's cleared one of those little bits up. Right, I'm so conscious of time. You okay for a 90-minute first look? Yeah, that's good. Good, good, good. I want to get it all in. I want to explain everything and fit it all in. And now, if you guys on PC had this early, Jim gave it to them while it was still being kind of finished off and all the finishing touches going on it. DJ Goham and a few other guys did a few let's plays and whatever on this. I deliberately didn't watch them because I didn't want to spoil it. I know that sounds weird. I didn't want to spoil it. I wanted to kind of experience it all as it came out. I apologise, DJ. Sorry. But I wanted to kind of... Anyway, so this is the livestock market sell point just here. We've also got, as you had on the 17, this is for selling water. So if you get water free up at the lake, you can bring it here in a tanker and you can sell the water as if you're supplying the livestock market with water, which is a brilliant, brilliant touch. Love that to bits. Buying and selling your livestock is done just here. If I click on L3, so we can buy all our livestock here. We've got a barn, so this is the livestock barn. This is the second sell point here. Now on 17, up under there was a sneaky little manure buy point. Jim's gone one further. Don't you worry. Over here, on this little marker here, if you drop underneath here, depending on what you get here with, you can buy manure and slurry from here. So, manure and slurry buy point on the map. Actually, that's a good point. I've just suddenly thought, lime. Is there a lime point? Have I missed that? There's not, is there? Sawmill, sealed milk, spar shop. Oh, is that sell point? I missed the spar shop's sell point. Sorry. No, I can't see. Oh well, you have to place one, or get pallets, or whatever you want to do. Not a problem. Right. Okay. So. I think that's all of it there. Now this is different. This has changed. We've got a bridle path because we've got horses now. So Jim's included a bridle path which runs right up the side of the map and takes you up to the top left-hand corner. I'm not going to drive up that way. I'm going to stick to the road because that is actually a bit bumpy and there are logs across the track as well, which is great because there's bits for jumping with your horse, and I love the fact that that's all been included. You know, it's not a case of, yeah, we've got horses, there's a stable, bomb, off you go. It's really thought about it and added in some really nice features for it. Like I say, at Patton's stables, having that exercise area there, then having a bridle path that runs up. So when you do need to exercise your horses, it just makes it a bit more interesting than just going round and round in circles, you know. So we're going to head left here, and we're going to be heading up towards the kind of main animal point, I guess. That's difficult to say now because we've got horses and we've got chickens and other stuff as well. So we've got a nice big placeable area on the right hand side there, so if you wanted to start somewhere differently, you're more than welcome to start wherever you like. On the left hand side, bit of agroforestry, the strips of trees with strips of land in between them. Plenty of trees and forestry to be done all over the place. So when we get up to this area here now, on the original version, all of this, you had the little cog icons and you could build them all, and you had the sound effects and all that kind of thing, and that's what Jim said. He kind of was ahead of the curve. I said that when I did the first map tour originally, was the whole placeable kind of thing. He kind of not pioneered it, I know that sounds a bit mad, but it's just absolutely brilliant. So we've got one of our silos just here. Here we have got the pigs. Again, lights, absolutely brilliant. For buying, that's your manure, that'll be your slurry. Is it going to be in here? There we go. Come in here. So if you want to buy them directly or load and unload, you're going to do it from here. And that marking area, I think, is, judging by the floor, is where your straw is going to go for bedding. Over here we've got our sheep enclosure. So I think this is where your pallets of wool are going to spawn. And this is where we buy them from. Now on the original one there was an issue with the spawn point, the pallets were spawning underground. I don't think that's the case with the 19 version. All brand spanking new. We have got a bunker silo in the middle here if you want to do your silage for any of the animals. It's the cows require them. And then we've got our cow enclosure pasture just here. Again, all of this, sell it if you want to, place what you want to, it's entirely up to you. This is where you're going to collect your milk from because the churns are just there. Again, slurry, manure. Here's where you're going to buy them directly or unload if you want to. And then your straw for bedding goes in just here. It's all just brilliant. Nice bit of barn space for putting your vehicles if you want to leave them up here for dealing with your animals. And if you go up through there, now this is one of the plots of land we own. If I go up to the top here where we are and click on that, we own this section here. That section there, how much is that to buy? 76,000. That's a nice big forest area. It's not expensive to buy. I would suggest, if you do come up this way, even if you don't buy the plot of land, head up to the top left hand corner and just gaze out across the map and see what you might see. I'm not going to tell you, but but there's something there of note, something worth having a bit of a gander at. So, moving on, and I've got to move on swiftly because I've still got a ton more stuff to show you. Such a good map. So, heading north again. We are heading up to Windmill Hill. Brilliant. So the sale point is just here, and again we've got another, looking over there, look, another one of those little factories with the smoke billowing out the chimney. It's those little touches that are making all the difference for me. I just, you know, wow. There's your sell point. If we carry on, oh, it just said harvest income. I think I went over the sell point and sold some of the chicken feed that's in the back of the trailer. So Mercury Poultry Farm. You've got 3 chicken coops. Now you might not want 3, so you could sell 2 of them, keep 1. You know, it's entirely up to you how you want to do it. And again, these have changed because obviously on 17 there was no option to feed them or buy them or anything like that. They were just there. So now we've got our areas now. If we click on there, that's for buying them, and this is where your egg pallets are going to, or boxes are going to appear. So yeah, it's great. It's great, I'm loving it. Another farmhouse just to the left which you can sell if you want to. You don't have to keep it. So heading east again, and we kind of almost come back round on ourselves. Couple more bits to show you. Couple, 2, 3, 4, I'm trying to think. We're coming up on the BJ. We're going to come down to the main road in a second. I'm going to make sure I don't hit anything as I get to it. He says, crossing over the road. So the BJ bunker. This hasn't changed too much, I don't think. But we've got a tip-in anaerobic digester, which I've always liked. I do like those, so you can tip from a trailer. You don't have to use scoops and buckets and things if you don't want to. The digestate tank I still believe is that there directly in front of us. And we've got 2 rather large bunker silos to our left. Those I don't think are sellable. They're fixed, but I can imagine they're going to hold a fair amount. This next bit is where there's been quite a lot of change, and again I think personally for the better. I love it. I'm not saying I didn't like the original, but oh, wow, it's just what he's done. The turning for Hillside, Mercury Hillside Farm is just there. So up on the hill there's a little farmhouse and a little barn. I think there's a silo up there, but again, if you don't want that, sell it and then use the land for something else, or you know, whatever you want to do. That's what JiM does and has done brilliantly. He's made it accessible. Now you've got to remember, when this came out in 17, we had lots of tanker trucks and tanker packs, and so the whole concept of buying or collecting water and selling it, or fuel, you can buy fuel and sell fuel at the garden centre. We had bigger tankers and things available for doing that. Obviously at the moment we haven't in game. Now this has changed massively, and this is your vehicle or machinery store. That looks so different to the one that was originally on the map, and I think it's just brilliant. We'll do that in a second, but we have got the I want to check this. I don't want to get it wrong. Where are we? The vehicle shop grains. So this is vehicle shop grains sell point, which is just here around the back. We have also got, I believe, the Manitou is ours, isn't it? At the store, yeah. But all of these pieces, he's been a bit naughty, I have to say. Well, he hasn't not been naughty, but you get all these vehicles, but all of them need a lot of maintenance. They've all had a bit of wear and tear. They're filthy dirty, and they all need a bit of repair, a bit of TLC before you do anything with them. I love the fact you've got a forklift here at the main store. That's just brilliant. So, to our left, we've got our purchasing point. And inside, this lovely lady is here and available to help you with all your purchasing needs. She's only here until early evening and then swaps over, and there's another lovely gentleman that's here in the evenings to help you out with whatever you should need. Which again, I just think is great. More light switches and it's brilliant. Brilliant. Close that. And if we come into our customization point, now Jim's extended this out the front here, simply because if you go inside with bigger machinery, you're not going to get in there to do any customization work, so the actual trigger is much further out. But if we open this up, we've got the lovely Dexter here to help us with whatever we need, should we require any assistance. The fact he's holding a hammer is slightly concerning, but what you can do, if I go up and press, is it circle or L3? Circle. You can get rid of him if you don't want him there. If he's a bit scary and you don't like it, I love that he pops in and out. Awesome. But as far as customization goes on your machinery, drive your vehicle up, and the sign says on here, drive forward until vehicle stops. That's important. And then... Oh, Jim, you legend. Get your vehicle up on the ramps, go to here, and there you go. You can get on with the repair, customization, whatever you need to do. It adds to that immersive feel. It's just brilliant. You know, for Let's Plays, gameplay, just the whole thing is awesome. Again, light switch inside should you need it. And we have also got a couple of storage bits just to the side here, which again I think is a nice touch. You know, you find a lot of times the buildings you can't open them, it's just kind of there for show. But if you want to bring vehicles up and have them stored here at the main store, kind of like I do at Ravenport, use it as your own personal garage. I don't think these open, I'm not sure. Let's have a quick check. Oh, they do. And there's a pit. Oh man, as if this could not get any better. And you can get your MOTs done here as well. Vehicle testing station approved by the Department of Transport. The new MOT test is just horrendous. So much more complicated. Anyway, enough about that. What am I up to now? 45, 50 minutes? I don't know. Very quickly then, I think we've got one more point to get to as far as I recall. I've probably missed loads of stuff, and if I have, I really do apologise. All I suggest is download it, explore it, have a look round. Even if you decide, you know what, it's not for me, I'm not going to play on it, just, you can't not appreciate the work and the effort that's gone into it. Nice little lay-by over to the side there, should you need to pull in for a break of some description. Just to rest, close your eyes. It might be your taco when your lorry's gone over and you've got to stop for a bit of a sleep. So on the left-hand side here we have got our spinnery. And I do like the fact that the spinnery hasn't just got wall pallets outside. The fact we've got cotton bales out here kind of tells you that's what it's for. So that's there. And if we carry on up here, we've got sweet potato. And this is a sell point specific to root crops. So this will be for your potatoes, your sugar beet and sugar cane, I think, can be sold here as well. Absolutely marvellous, and a lot of these points are all new. They've all been added in, and that's, I mean, I apologise if you're annoyed by now by me being all, oh, it's amazing, I love it. And like I say, it might not be for you, but I can't do the first map tour around it and pretend like it's not great and I'm not enjoying it, because I am. And it is. I know Jim will be all very, because Jim's a bit like me. He's a bit self-deprecating, and he doesn't necessarily like being in the limelight. And when you tell him stuff's great, he's like, "Oh, is it?" He's not. It is. It's just wow. Jim, you're wow. Honestly. And there we are. We're back to the main farm. So much to do. So much to see. You can get water, sell water, fuel, sell that. You can buy manure, you can buy slurry, you can sell the manure at the garden centre. I tested that already. Slurry I haven't tested. You used to be able to sell manure at the BGA, but I don't think you can anymore. to create digest date. But again, like I say, I really like it. Like I say, there are so many clever little touches, nice little details, things that are going to make your life easier. But if you come onto the map and you say to yourself, well, I don't want that, then sell it all. By all means, if you like the map but don't want the stuff that's on it, then, you know, and that's what JiM's done. It's what Giants do. They give you that canvas to create, and JiM does that brilliantly. He gives you the ability to do loads and loads of different stuff. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but it's there if you do want to. There's nothing worse than having a map or having the game and there's things you want to do but you can't, and you're frustrated the fact you can't. And I think JiM goes a long way to sort of solving that problem. That's it from me. I hope you found this first look map tour useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.